Hi, I'm Darlene Navarre, and I'm here with Sarah Jansen. And I am interviewing Sarah because she is following her passion, and you know I love that. I love people that are following their passion. So Sarah and her family live out of a beautiful RV that is actually converted also to veggie fuel. So it just runs off of all the grease that y'all want to eat out there. So, and she has two beautiful little girls. One is 5, one is 9 months. And then her handsome husband, and they just go around doing the jobs that they do and just having a good life. So let's say, welcome, Sarah.
Thank you.
So when did this idea come about?
Well, about 3 years ago, we just kind of had an epiphany. We were sitting in a hotel room, and we thought, you know, this really, in this hotel room, is all the space we need. And it was kind of a suite with like a little kitchen and a little bedroom area. And we thought, you know, we had just bought a house, and we thought, why did we do that? We don't even live in 2 of the bedrooms. It was a 3-bedroom, and we just started thinking about where do we live the most. We live in the kitchen and the bathroom and the bedroom and the living room, and that's about it. And so, you know, we just kind of pondered that and thought about it. We're like, you know, what are we going to do about that? And we kind of had read some stuff at the same time, there's a book called Irresistible Revolution, and it really just talks about downsizing and giving to the poor, and, you know, just a lot of those principles that we believe in. And so we started thinking about all that and decided, let's just get rid of it all. You know, we just bought the house, well, we're going to sell it. So we ended up selling it. I think we only had it for about 9 months maybe, and so we ended up, I know, our parents were pleased, you know, but, so we sold the house, we sold all of our stuff in like 4 garage sales. I mean, we had stuff, like, you know, we just had a ton of stuff, and it was ridiculous. So at that point, we didn't know we wanted to travel, but we downsized to the point where we could go, and we moved to Montana in this small, tiny trailer. And so we moved, and at that point, when we had such little stuff, and we were kind of at that pivotal point in our life, we thought, well, what else could we do now that we're free? Now that we've freed ourselves from, you know, just the slavery of stuff, what can we do now? And travel was one of the top things on our list, and so we started thinking, what could we do? And that's when we started looking for RVs. And we had met a few key people along the way that kind of inspired us, and they were traveling with kids. That was, you know, the key, because, you know, that's what you always think, oh, well, I'll do that when I retire.
Right.
We were like, no, we want to do it now before we can't walk, you know, we want to live. Well, we see so many people who can't even get around or get out of their RV to go set it up to camp where they are.
Yeah.
And so we just wanted to do it now, and yeah, so we've been doing that, you know, for 3 years with the break to have Lucy, and yeah, so that's kind of how it all started.
How exciting. So you just said, okay, let's just do it and just go for it, and you just made a path in order to get there.
Yeah, you know, and that's what a lot of people, they have a dream, and yet they never act on it. In our family, we kind of just, if we want to do it, we do it. We say we're going to do it, and we do it. And so literally within maybe, we met these people, it clicked for us, and within a week we had an RV. And, you know, and the thing we see with people living out their dreams, and people we see that have the dream that don't make it to the next step, it's because they question, they ask too many questions of themselves, and they hesitate. And so hesitation, and what's the worst that could happen if you go for it and then it fails? Like, who cares? You know,
you move back into a house.
Back into your house. Or, yeah, I mean, so we really didn't have any fear that way, you know, and we have really supportive families. A lot of things that, you know, a lot of times people are scared of what their family might say or scared what their friends might say, but everyone kind of knows that we were just kind of free-spirited anyway, and so they're like, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
This is great, you know.
This is their stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there was like some hesitation for them with, how are you going to make money? Of course, mom wants to know, well, how are you going to provide for the family? You know, and once that was all kind of clarified in her head, then that was good. So,
yeah,
so just wonderful. Going for it is the key, I think.
Yeah, it's just worrying about the what. Don't worry about the how. The how will start to show up.
Well, and it was a step-by-step process for us. People look at us and they might find our website and go, oh, wow, look how fast they did it. Well, actually, it took us 2 years to get to the point from having that epiphany in the hotel room to actually driving away in the RV was 2 years. And it was a process, and during that process we figured things out, and step by step, and it was just taking the one day at a time. And even now, I mean, it's just like, you have an idea, well, you just do the next thing. Yeah. You don't try to figure out the whole plan, you just do that next thing.
Yeah, what is the one step that I can take to get me just even that much closer? And, oh, totally. I just love it. I love it. And since then, you've lived in 3 or...
Yeah, this is our 4th RV. Yep.
4th RV in 3 years.
Yep.
Ah.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. We've had a lot of RVs, but it's been a natural progression of like our family size and what exactly we were doing, and so it works.
Well, and I've noticed since I've lived in a fifth wheel that you get to know kind of, well, next time I'll do this. And, it's a little different than a house because you're starting really small and then you decide how much more room do I need just let the kids roam and just let them do something. So
well, we thought we were going to get off the road when we had Lucy, and then we decided, no, we love traveling. It's really hard to stop that kind of everyday adventure when you have a new thing happening every day, and then all of a sudden you're stuck in a house. Like, oh, what's going to happen today? Nothing. We better get back out on the road, So we went smaller to this little mini Winnie that was this little tiny RV, and then this was our next one. So
you're like,
we figured out what we needed.
And it's so fun that you get to travel around and it's like wide open spaces. Your backyard is the world.
It is. The ocean. It's unbelievable. We just spent a lot of time on the California coast, and just this whole window wall, it was just ocean. It was just, you open your window in the morning, it's just waves, and it's almost like a dream,
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Wonderful.
I'm such a gypsy hippie that I love that. It inspires me, and my family's, they want to move into a house for a while, and I'm just like, okay, but I'll go travel.
Well, there's such an awesome sense of community on the road, and just like even right now where we're at in this RV park, we have this older couple next door from Canada, and they've just kind of become Bella's grandparents. She goes over there and hangs out, and they bring her gifts, and she makes some art, and there's just this awesome thing that you just kind of get each other, you know, and it's inspiring just going in just the most weirdest of places like Podunkville, California, like Blythe, California. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's crazy there. You don't ever want to go there. But we ended up there because of a storm, and we just met the neatest people. And it's just, people that are inspiring on the road and can inspire you to take those next steps and live your next dream.
Yeah, and then it's almost like creating new relationships. And there's a different culture even within the United States. You go to a state and they have this little different culture, different even county, like a little small town, like you said, and it has this different culture. And then you go some big city and you're like, oh, there's this different culture, and it's so fun.
Even within travelers, because we have our own kind of little community of full-time travelers.
Yeah.
So we've kind of built, people are like, don't you miss being in a home and being settled in a community? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, we do have a community.
Yeah.
And so you come into a community, like you're saying, like coming to the community of Las Vegas. Well, okay, that's one community. But then now we have this little miniature community here. And then we have a community online. There's just so many different communities to draw your inspiration from. Yeah,
I found out about Sarah through familiesontheroad.com. And so there's a great source, and you'll find out all these amazing people that you're just going, oh, they're so adventurous.
We had to find them. Where
I know. Where are you? Let's meet up.
So true.
It becomes like a little game that you get to play.
And you have little gatherings where everybody comes together. That's crazy when you get everybody together.
I'm just so excited. Yeah, and I don't know if you go to the unschooling convention.
We have plans too. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good stuff. Oh. Thanks, Sarah, for letting me interview you today and give you some information on living your dream.
Thank you, and have a great day.